And we live, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Hey, you ready?
Yeah.
Are you ready, my boy? Let's
I think so. Are you ready?
Ah. If I'm not, we still going.
Yeah.
Yep. We've been knocking them back. We gotta chill.
That's not a problem for us.
We gotta chill. Come on in, people. Welcome to the Weekend Hangover with the Sportaholics.
You might have to get that.
Yeah. It would look good up there. It would look good up there for sure.
Yeah.
All right. All right, here we go. Let's do it, man. Peyton, welcome. What's good, man?
What's good, bro?
I'm chilling, man.
Once again, this guy is wearing more than multiple hats. I feel like if I said multiple hats, that would be an understatement.
Yeah.
So I had to say more than because I couldn't come up with another term for it.
Yeah.
But he's got the computer over here. He's got the mic set up. We got the TV set up. He's doing his thing.
Hey, listen, I'm glad you mentioned the computer over here because that's what we want this show to be about, you know, engaging with the fans and everybody that's sitting at home who had a great weekend, a wild weekend, recovering from that hangover of sports that happened this past weekend. So with that being said, man, welcome to the Weekend Hangover. I'm the host, Russ. That's the expert, Peyton. He like to call me an expert too, but I do what I do when I do what I do. That's all I can do. So with that being said, man, we got a great show planned for you guys today. As you know, we always have our same segments. We got cold takes, cheers and jeers. We got the
trivia.
Oh yeah, we got trivia and we got drunk dial hotline. So
yes.
So let's get into it. But before we do that, man, Peyton, any thing you want to tell the people that's sitting at home?
Hey, again, I know I always say this, but thank you guys for engaging with us, watching us. You know, we appreciate the support. And I don't know if you guys tuned into the Chiefs-Niners game. I hope you did because it was the Fox game of the week, right? I had a few takeaways from that game. How much of that game did you get to see before I go?
I saw majority of the game.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw majority of the game. Yeah.
Good. Russ, let me just ask you, do you think it's fair to say that right now the Chiefs are far and away the best team in the league and the hardest team in the league to beat? Because they're the two-time champs, and I'll just tell you this. I went ahead and watched that game back, at least part of the first half. There was a point in that game where the Chiefs had 11 first downs. The Niners only had 2, just to throw some stats your way. And from the eye test, the defense was great as well, even compared to the 49ers' great defense. I don't know. I just want to see the rest of the league catch up to the Chiefs and force them to play above their head, if you will. Because I'll say this, if the playoffs started today, they would be an overwhelming favorite to win the Super Bowl, which they are.
Yeah, man, I agree with you, bro. But man, the Chiefs' offense is almost like plug and play. As long as they could keep Patrick Mahomes healthy, like it's gonna be plug and play. You know, Travis Kelce, he's not having his best year ever, but he's doing what needs to be done. You know what I mean? But they got so much talent on that team, and it's coached so well. Like that is one of the better coached teams in the NFL. So like from the top down, you can't really deny them. But I will say this, and I want to say this, like, first of all, that hit stick by Patrick Mahomes in the end zone to score that touchdown, what a play call. What a design. Like,
by the way, bro, the safety that he mauled over, he was laying hits all game.
Yes, bro. Like, so oh, man. I've never seen Patrick Mahomes. And not only that, Patrick Mahomes Patrick Mahomes is so swifty. Like, the play where he ran to the sideline and it looked like he was gonna step out of bounds, but he hit the little 2-step and then he stepped back and then cut up the field for 40 yards. Man, that you can never
replicate it.
you can't bet against Patrick Mahomes. You can't deny Patrick Mahomes. But with all that being said, I just want to say this. Brock Purdy is him. Brock Purdy's that guy. Brock Purdy, he is out there with a half of an offense.
Okay, fair. Debo only played 3 plays. Brandon Ayuk got hurt at the end of the first half.
And George Kittle is, I don't know where he's at.
You already know McCaffrey didn't play. Everybody knows that.
So I will say, like, Brock Purdy, regardless of what he has going on the field and who's on the field with him, he looks good regardless. You know, I love his arm, and I like everything that he has to offer as a quarterback. So
I think he's pretty accurate under duress.
Yeah.
He had one throw to Ayuk that wasn't a completion, but it was right in his hands. And the defense was playing 2-man under, so he kind of had to loft it, but still throw with some velocity.
Yeah.
And he got it there. I'll give you that.
No,
the stat line wasn't great, but you know how we feel about stats.
Exactly. And with that being said, I like Brock Purdy as a quarterback, and he's proved himself. He's still trying to prove himself because he gets so much animosity or turmoil from people, the experts or whatever you want to call them, those talking heads.
Yeah.
But you got to give this guy his credit. He led his team to a Super Bowl last year. And with it, I feel like it would have been the same thing this year had he had his whole team out there. So you can't really deny him.
Let me just ask you this. If there was one team in the league
Mm-hmm.
that you had to pick right now to go up against the Chiefs and beat them, who are you picking?
You know who I'm picking.
Detroit?
No. Well, that's a good one.
That is a good one.
That is a great one. That is a great one.
Yeah.
But no, I'm picking Lamar Jackson
All right.
and Derrick Henry.
Okay.
I think the Chiefs are in trouble. I think the Chiefs are in trouble. As long as that offense in Baltimore continues to develop, they're going to have some issues late in the season.
Okay.
If they stay healthy. Health is always an issue in the NFL, but man, like if the Baltimore Ravens could take the team that they got right now into the postseason,
interesting.
I think Lamar Jackson gonna get his lick back.
Because part of me just thinks, obviously the Chiefs have a below average receiving core. I mean, shoot, for the most part in the first half, they played with 2 tight ends, bro.
Yeah.
Because you're thinking about McCole Hardman.
Turn your mic on, bro. Yep.
McCole Hardman and Sky Moore and Xavier Worthy got popped at some point in the first half.
Let's go ahead and fix that. Thank you guys for telling me that Peyton's mic is not working, man. You know, that's the issue with everything that, you know, shooting live. So
yeah, you know how
let's go ahead and get you right, bro.
I think it's on now.
You good now.
What do you
now you're good.
Now
we're
good?
Yep.
Because the other thing about the Chiefs offense is, man, the tackles are subpar as well.
Yeah.
We know they're good on the interior of the offensive line. Right tackle, Jawan Taylor, the Jags just let him go. They let him get paid. Left tackle has been a bit of a turnstile. They're trying to figure out who they want to start long-term at left tackle.
Yeah.
So you're talking about a depleted offensive line when you're talking about the tackles, and then a wide receiving core that is average at best. They're undefeated.
Yeah.
That's why I just feel like right now they're just running the league, and they're just doing what they want. And like you said, they went up against a Kyle Shanahan coach team.
Yeah.
And it kind of looked like a mismatch. Like the Chiefs scored when they needed to. The 49ers couldn't answer.
Yeah.
And that's some of the best that the NFL has to offer.
Yeah.
So it's tough right now. I mean, I hope someone else gets their act together before January.
Yep.
So there's a real competitor. Because right now, I'm telling you, I would probably lay points with the Chiefs in a playoff scenario. Barring the Ravens, I'll give you that. The Ravens are looking scary.
Mm-hmm.
But even the Texans, they looked iffy against the Packers. The Bills, we don't know what to make of them.
Speaking of the Texans, I did not expect the Texans to lose to the Packers, bro.
Yeah.
I really thought that they were going to go in. And we talked about Jordan Love last week. Like, Jordan Love is another one of those quarterbacks. You know, Jordan Love looks like one of those guys. Well, he plays like one of those guys who doesn't really play his best, but he always finds a way to win ball games. And I must commend him on that. Like he is one of the better quarterbacks in the NFL.
Yeah.
And is no telling where they would be today had he not got hurt at the beginning of the season in the first game. So
True, man.
I'm not gonna say that they would be undefeated, but maybe the record looks a little bit better than what it is right now. So I must commend him. And they took down a great team in the Houston Texans, and that is a large victory for them.
That was one of those 1:00 games that was must see, along with your game of the week.
Every game at 1:00 was really like must see TV.
It was,
and that Lions Vikings game was chef's kiss, man. Chef's kiss.
Game of the week. Good call by you.
Appreciate it, man. I knew that was gonna be a slugfest, but whew. The Vikings are they are pretty good,
pretty legit. Even in a loss, you got to call them legit, right?
Yeah, exactly. So it's like you got to give credit where credit is due. They finally got their first loss of the season. I did kind of see that coming, but I kind of wanted to see it keep going, especially for Sam Darnold. Like I wanted to see it keep going just so he could get his points, like just so he can continue to prove to the NFL that he's worthy and that, don't write him off just yet.
Fair.
So,
they
could have, I don't mean to cut you off.
No,
but
go ahead, man.
They could have any quarterback that they really want in Minnesota, but the fact that they're riding with Sam Darnold, that right there is
that was a great offensive display.
Yeah,
when you think about the Lions play caller, the Vikings play caller, the weapons that each team has at their disposal, there's no wonder that there was north of 58 or 59 points scored total in that game. I can't remember what the final was. 31-29, something like that.
It was like 31-28, something like that. Yeah.
So no question.
I picked the over in that game, by the way.
Hey, that's a winner.
Yes.
That probably hit.
It didn't, but it is what it is.
It didn't hit?
No, I lost one bet, and I went over on the points. So I had a six leg parlay.
Okay.
I went over in points for the Cincinnati Bengals and the Browns, and they burned me.
Yeah.
It was like over 40.
You know what's crazy? I watched a lot of that game.
Yeah.
And the Bengals offense, I don't know what it is. The Browns are a bad team this year, but every time I've watched the Browns, they've performed pretty well. I know they ended up losing that game.
Yeah.
But they were hanging for a while there, and then Deshaun got hurt. So that was interesting. The Bengals put it together at the end of the day, but yeah, that was kind of a low-key game. Like, it wasn't as high profile as the Texans Packers. It wasn't as high profile as the Lions Vikings, but it was a good game to keep your eye on in that window. That's what I would say.
I don't know, man. I wasn't really interested in the game, but
yeah,
it is what it is. I thought it was other football to be watched, but we dove like kind of straight into it.
Yeah,
so let's backstep a little bit, man. I appreciate everybody that's in the chat right now. If you guys want to join the conversation, please feel free to leave a comment on Instagram. I'm live on Instagram right now at my page at @digitalzeus_. But we're also on YouTube currently, so please feel free to share your thoughts. We'll get back to you when I see the comments. I'll be sure to reach out to you. If you haven't already, please make sure that you watch our videos from last week, because we're going to be addressing some of the takes that we had last week in this episode. So
some of them might be cold.
Majority of them will be cold. Just like we like our drinks, even though we're not drinking tonight.
And even though they're called Evan Williams Fire. Like chill.
There was fire and ice right there in one sip. But yeah, man, thank you guys for tuning in to the Weekend Hangover. We just want to jump back into the football that we watched. Peyton, let's talk some college ball.
Oh, okay.
All right, so I'm gonna go on a rant right here. Let me talk my stuff real quick.
For sure.
Let me talk my
Yeah.
All right. So with that being said, man, I don't like the disrespect that the AP poll is giving to the Miami Hurricanes, man. you know, it seems almost ridiculous of what they're doing to the Hurricanes. Like they're not scoring almost 50 points a game. You know, and I get it, but you can't say that they're not playing quality teams. They might not be the teams in the SEC, but by all means, like you have to put some respect on their name, and for them to continuously find ways to win. Are they pretty? No, but by all means, they're finding ways to win and doing it when it matters the most.
Yeah.
So for them to get a victory last week and Alabama fall, Texas falls, and them to stay stagnant and be undefeated.
It's one phrase. It really is SEC bias,
man,
because you've got 2 one-loss SEC teams ahead of them. And I hate, you know me, I'm an SEC guy, but even I don't like it. It doesn't sit well with me. It's not very comfortable.
I've seen several experts say that Miami should be number 3. I'll give them number 3. You think they should be number 2.
I did a couple weeks ago.
But Miami sitting at number 6 right now does not sit well with me.
Fair.
But I will take it as a fan. As a member of the media, I'll take them as number 6 because I know what the potential is. But as a fan, it's a bit. No, I'm sorry. I said that backwards. I said that backwards. As a member of a media, I think they deserve to be number 3. But as a fan, I would rather see them sitting at number 6.
I like where you're going there.
I like them flying under the radar. You know what I mean? But it's gonna get tough when it comes down, like, because if you're sitting lower in the bracket, you know you got to play tougher teams. So as a fan, I would love to see them get up to 5 or 4, somewhere around there. If not, I don't want to see them at number 1. I don't think anybody wants to see Miami at number 1.
Yeah.
I don't think they have the defense to be number 1.
Well, I was about to hit on that point though. How many great defenses are there in college football this year? Maybe 0. We saw, how many did Georgia give up to Alabama, who now has 2 losses? What was it, 40?
Yeah.
Texas just gave up 30 to Georgia while Carson Beck was throwing picks all over the place. Oregon gave up 30-plus to Ohio State. We don't have a Michigan 2023 defense like we did last year.
Yeah.
So I'm with you in that. I don't think the AP poll can say, well, look at Miami's defense. Well, look at all the other defenses.
Man, so I really would love, after they release the poll, I think that there needs to be some type of representation on why they picked the way they picked, because it doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
I will say, Alabama sitting at number 15 makes me a very happy man. All right, but we all know what's going to happen by the end of the season. You can mark my words right here, right now. If Alabama figures out a way to win out, they're going to make the playoffs.
I'm thinking about their losses. It depends on what Vanderbilt does, but I'm with you with the AP Bowl bias right there.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't matter what Vanderbilt does.
They could lose out.
If Vanderbilt loses out, Alabama's still going to get in if they win out.
That's a shame.
It doesn't matter it doesn't matter who they lose to. It doesn't matter how they lose. They know exactly who they're going to put in there.
Man.
So I don't know, man. It's going to be hard. It's going to be hard.
I saw a tweet today from a respected college football enthusiast that I really like. He said, with the way things are looking right now, which me and you know, this is probably not how it's going to work out in the end, because that's how college football seasons go.
Yeah.
There is probably not going to be a 9-3 team in that playoff. I think you're going to have some 10-2 teams left out. If you look at, and Notre Dame's kind of the wild card because they could be 11-1, 10-2, and they're independent, so they don't play conference championship weekend.
Yeah,
but
so they don't get the
to
automatic
his point
bid, right?
And to your point, even if Alabama wins out, they probably get in, but there's a chance if there are quality enough opponents and quality enough teams at the top that they do get left out. And I kind of hope that's the case, because In the past 3 weeks, they have not even been a good team, let alone a great team.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's go to the polls and let's find out, man.
Might as well, man.
Let's see,
We
bro.
got to take a look at
Like
it. real
so. What are your thoughts on Indiana right now?
Yo. So their quarterback is injured. He's probably not going to play this week.
Right.
But I like their offense.
Mm.
I like what Kirk Yeti has going on there. I like their running back. I like the guys they have out wide.
Yeah.
I like the way they utilize their personnel. I like the way they utilize the RPO game. They blew the doors off Nebraska, and I think Nebraska is a quality opponent. I watched a good bit of that game. Indiana might be a wagon.
Mm.
I'm looking at your screen right now. I know they're sitting at 13.
You jumping on the wagon. Oh,
give me
man.
one more big win, and I'm all the way with them.
Okay, I can respect that.
Up until Nebraska, their schedule was a little weak.
Yeah,
but man, they showed out in that game. That's for sure. Good for them,
for sure. And we see why Colorado is not ranked because they struggled against Nebraska, and
yeah,
what happened to Dylan Raiola, man? Where is he? Has his hype gone down?
You know who I thought of when you said that name?
Who?
Nico Iamaleava for Tennessee.
Man, he didn't.
Both of them without much experience.
Yeah.
Just going through the highs and lows right now.
Yeah.
I think in their second, third year, you're going to see more consistent play. But at this moment, they're both experiencing the highs and lows. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, his team kind of spared him in that last game. Because he had his times where he looked very inexperienced, So it's amazing that they were able to still pull that game out. And because there were times where the camera would go on him and his head was down and he didn't really seem too confident. But after a victory like that, I think that you can find a way to pick it up for the rest of the season. You have to hang your head high on that victory, like. Granted, this isn't the same Alabama that we're used to.
It's still Alabama in a sense.
Okay, all right. So hold on. This is totally off topic right here,
okay.
Peyton. And then we'll go ahead and get into our segments.
Sure.
How do you feel now about Kalen DeBoer?
Yeah, I think I may have missed on that one.
Okay,
it's not looking too hot. It looks like our guy, the number 8 overall pick in last year's draft.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why I'm blanking on his name.
The number 8 overall pick
went to the Falcons.
Oh,
I'll think
Penix. Michael Penix. Yeah.
It's looking like Michael Penix was a bigger part of that offense than Kalen DeBoer was because I don't know what's going on with Alabama right now. And Washington ran through college football last year until they played Michigan.
Yeah.
So props to you. You called that out.
Listen, well, I'm not going to take anything away from DeBoer. But what I will say is I didn't expect him to just pick up where Nick Saban left off.
Fair.
And it's not reasonable to compare him to Nick Saban. Like that's unfair to him.
Fair.
So while he's just getting there, I think they're going to give him time because it's not like they are having a terrible season for Alabama team. I'm not going to.
First time they've had 2 losses before November in 17 years.
Yeah, so that's tough right there. But I think that he eventually will find a way to pick up the pieces and figure out how to operate in Alabama. The South is different from what the West Coast, Pacific West Coast. Like you can't compare ball. You can't compare ball there. So
by the way, props to you again. When we were talking about that Tennessee Alabama game last week before it happened, you said Milroe was more of a one-dimensional quarterback. All you got to do is contain him. But when I was watching that game, they contained the edge. They made him run inside. That was a big difference in the game.
Man, and while I was watching the game, I really didn't think about it. But now that you say that, that's exactly what they were doing. They protected the edges so well on the defensive side of the ball. It's just like, man, like he had nowhere to go. And as soon as he ran up the middle, he was getting swallowed up. So, yeah. But all right, man, let's go ahead and jump into it, man.
Let's do it.
We got the Drunk Dow hotline, man. Any rants you want to get off your chest? I know you opened up the show with a rant, but any teams out there that you feel like you who let you down this weekend?
I'm gonna save it for cheers and jeers because I thought of one, but I'm gonna save it for a jeer later. So what say you?
Yeah, man. The team that I'm disappointed in the most this weekend, and I can't really be too disappointed in them, but I'm gonna go ahead and give it to them because they had an opportunity to win the game and then they found a way to lose the game. Is the Miami Dolphins. All right. So y'all played with my feelings, and I don't like that. Okay, we were up in a game where we needed to win this game.
Yeah.
If we expect Tua to come back and have some form of a decent season to save, okay, we are falling behind, and we need to figure something out in order to win the game. I don't care. Run the ball 67 times in the game, please. Like I'd rather you run the ball and run the clock out and give us a chance than to be out here passing with a guy who has a hot pocket arm. All right. Like I thought this guy was gonna come in. I thought we were gonna get the CVS version of Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
But we got the opposite of that.
Man.
Okay, like we got worse than that. Not even the opposite. We got worse than that. So Dolphins, I need y'all to pick it up, please. Cause
I need to look at their schedule because
it's not promising, Peyton. It don't even matter. It's not promising at all. All right.
Tua might come back this week.
No,
it's probably going to be the week after.
He can get lifted off of IR this week.
Okay.
On Tuesday.
And then a week of practice,
right.
And then come back.
Yes. Okay. Maybe, but we don't know what the solid plan is. They haven't
confirmed.
Yeah. They haven't confirmed.
Because I saw him at the podium. It looked like he was at least gearing up for everything.
Also, let me look this up. But we were talking about the Oregon controversy last week.
Right.
Did they make a rule change on that?
I think they did.
Bro, like.
Yeah, Russ might be heated about this.
Man, hold on, man, because
he believes the offense has rights at the end of the game when the winning team, has the ball. They have the ability to kneel the clock out, kneel the ball, run the clock out.
Right.
He believes the defense has those type of rights too, which Oregon utilized in that win against Ohio State, putting 12 men on the field. Those 6 seconds come off the clock. That inevitably gives them the win. If I remember correctly, there was a rule change, man. And
all right, so I just want to read this right here. It says, in a release Wednesday, the NCAA issued a new rule interpretation on how to handle the penalty for 12 men on the field in the final 2 minutes of either half. So it's not even just the second half and the closing of the game, but at halftime as well, right? If the defense has 12 players actively participate in the down, the offense can choose, along with the 5-yard penalty, to have the game clock reset to the time that it had been displayed at the snap. No time change would be made if there was 12 players, but one of them was attempting to leave the field. All right. So,
man,
bro, I don't think this is fair at all. So this is my drunk down.
Okay.
Another one. Hold on. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Yo, I don't think that is fair that the offense can come out and burn time by taking a knee. All right. If we don't have no timeouts, we cannot stop the clock. So how is it fair that the offense can do it, but the defense can't do it? And I said that last week. If y'all didn't watch the show, y'all need to go back and watch the show because it was a lot more relevant last week than it is this week. But
still, it's a big rule change.
Like that is crazy. We've never seen this happen before, where the NCAA had to step in the middle of the season. Like that's how it's genius when they say, you can't do that. Like it's genius when they say, nah, you can't do that anymore. Yeah. All right, Peyton.
Oh
man, it's been crazy.
Yo.
It's really been crazy.
I don't know how to feel about that because part of me thinks the winning team has earned the right to kneel the ball and run the clock out at the end of the game. And to some extent, even if you were forced to go the other way and you just had to hand the ball off, the running back could trip, fall, especially in college football when you don't need to be touched.
Yeah.
And run the clock out that way.
Yep.
So if I were to play devil's advocate with you, that would be my rebuttal to some extent. But I am with you. To change a rule mid-season, that's pretty drastic.
Yeah.
All
right. So you ready for this trivia, Peyton?
All right.
Let's
do it.
Let's see if you know. Okay.
I don't know.
All right.
I can't even remember if I got last week's trivia right or if you did either. I can't. Oh, I remember. Wasn't it the college football playoff?
Yeah, you got it. You got it right. You got it right. All right. Here we go, Peyton.
Okay.
Who has the most Super Bowls in NFL history?
Steelers.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
I'll give you. That's your final answer.
Yeah, 6.
Okay. That is partially correct. So I'll give you a partial.
Patriots. Sorry. Steelers and Patriots.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. So it's tied. Both the Steelers and the Patriots.
And then
that is correct.
For fun, I think the 2 next teams that come into play, Niners, Cowboys at 5.
I didn't dig that deep. I didn't dig that deep. But
just for fun.
I'll definitely give you the points this week because you were partially right and then you did come along after I told you were wrong. But it is what it is.
Crazy though, because when you think about our generation and our lifetime, you would think that it'd be easier to think of the Patriots first.
Yeah.
But like between us knowing the history of the game, the Steelers are ingrained in our brains.
Right.
Like, that is the historic franchise in the NFL.
Yeah, for sure. And you can't deny the steel curtain.
No,
like those guys was out there. They were out there fist fighting every week. And it was legal.
Looking to take people's heads off.
It was legal. Yeah. Like anytime. I love watching old school football highlights when you see the player with the cross face mask and the 2 casts on his hands and the big donut around his neck. You like shoulder pads sitting up here. You know it was.
Yo, you can have it.
Yeah,
I'm running out of bounds.
Yeah, the way they play the game now, that's definitely how it would have been. Ooh. But back then, they were going to war, man.
Yeah.
CTE didn't exist back then. Concussions. Hey, you get some smelly salt, and they wake you up, and you go back out there the next play.
Man,
it was a different type of physicality in the NFL.
That's
all the
fair.
way.
I can't even argue that.
Even I would say as far as early 2000s. Yeah, early 2000s. It was still pretty physical.
Yeah.
You bet not run across the middle of the field with Ray Lewis sitting in the middle, Brian Urlacher sitting in the middle of the field. Yep. Shoot, Sean Taylor for the little bit of time that he was in the NFL, RIP, man. Like, John Lynch, come on, man.
Woo.
Like, bro,
yeah.
You had running backs, big running backs that'll run you over. You had Jerome Bettis, you had Mike Allstott. Yeah. I know I got some young people sitting out there. I know I'm a bit older.
Look them up on YouTube.
Bro, if you want to watch some good highlights, man, look at Mike Allstott. He played fullback. Mm-hmm. For those people that sitting at home and don't know what a fullback is, that is the backer that blocks in front of the running back. The running back usually follows him on running plays, right? Mm-hmm. Juszczyk is one of the more popular running backs in the NFL right now for fullbacks for the San Francisco 49ers. You got, I don't know if he's in the NFL anymore, but Ricard for
Patrick Ricard.
Yeah,
played for the Ravens.
The Ravens.
For sure.
Yeah. So like,
far and few between nowadays, but to your point, back in the day, you didn't want to get in front of those guys,
man. So so you just think about all that stuff, and you can't deny that Pittsburgh and Tom Brady definitely put New England on the map. So good stuff, Peyton. Good stuff. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. All right. So you did want to address your cold take.
Yeah.
You did want to address your cold take. What was your cold take from last week?
Stop letting me take the overs for these college football games.
Hey, listen, you said it best. Fans take the over. What did you say? Experts take the under?
Take the under, yeah. because I was on record for Colorado, Nebraska when I saw those two quarterbacks.
Yeah.
I'm on record again when I'm seeing Jalen Milroe and Nico Iamaleava. If I'm going to defend myself, I will say Josh Heupel was dialing it up, and Nico just missed some throws deep.
Yeah.
I don't know how much of that game you saw, but there were chances for Tennessee to score in bunches, at least. But the quarterback didn't deliver, so the bet didn't hit. It is what it is.
Oh, man.
So, as a rule of thumb, moving forward, I'm only going against the spread. I'm not doing my totals anymore. Those high totals, I can't do it.
You know what's crazy? I'm the opposite of you, Peyton. I think I found my groove in the over and the unders. I had a non-winning weekend.
Okay.
But I hit more on my over-unders this weekend than anything else.
Man, okay.
So I really hold on. Let me.
All right, so we got a rule of thumb now. That's your lane. My lane will be against the spread.
Hey,
and we'll probably make a bunch of money for the people that way.
Let me find it for you really quick, because I had a good weekend with my over and unders. So here we go.
Yeah.
I had Chiefs San Fran, Chiefs 49ers under 47. I had Las Vegas. Oh, you did say that the experts bet the under. I had Vegas Rams under 42.5.
That's a good one.
I had Carolina. Oh, and this one almost went over because man, I went under 55.5.
And it was 40-7, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought Washington was gonna come out and score again.
Commanders were making you nervous.
They really were. And I'm like, man, Jaden Daniels is out. Why are y'all trying to score even more? This doesn't even make sense, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I hit. So look at this. I didn't send it to you, but look at this. Look at this. New England.
That's a lot of green.
Come on, man. I told you this was my bad beat of the weekend. So my bad beat of the weekend was I went over Cincinnati and Cleveland at 41.5. But yeah, New England, Jacksonville, 42, over 42.
Yep.
Miami, Indianapolis, under 43. Tennessee, Buffalo, over 41.
Okay.
Houston, Green Bay, under 48. And Detroit, Minnesota, I knew that was going to be a shootout. I went over 50.
Yeah,
I knew that was going to be a shootout. Man.
Okay.
That bet would have made me some.
So what's crazy about that is the only bet, and you're looking right now on my phone, the only bets I lost over the weekend were when I tried to play the over.
Yeah.
I tried to play the over Alabama, Tennessee. I tried to play the over Colorado, Arizona.
But I don't, okay, let's break this down logically here and we'll move on. But why did you play the over for Alabama and Tennessee?
I just felt like, especially with Tennessee's quarterback, Iamaleava, he had enough conference playing experience to the point where he was going to play confidently at home. And I knew Heupel was going to set him up, which he did. There were some deep shots that he just missed on.
Yep.
So it sometimes it does come down to that, just lack of quarterback play and lack of accuracy. And in that case, that was the case.
Man, so
that's really it, to be honest. And Milroe disappointed me to some extent because they were.
I don't know what the number. I don't care what the number is, but by all means, that was a game that I would have definitely took the under in because I felt like that game was going to be a difficult game to play on both sides of the ball, and which it was, for both teams. So it's easy for me to sit here and say, man, you should have bet the under, but some people were expecting a shootout, some people were expecting a more defensive game. So you can't go wrong either way. So, I'm not. Hey, listen, you pay to play. Well, and sometimes it works out for you.
Hey, I was about to say, I don't know if you.
Oh my goodness!
Well, I don't know if you really saw this, but the other plays were looking pretty
My boy Peyton sitting over here.
I need to start putting these plays out because I tell you what, I've been wrong on the show a lot, but when it comes to my wallet, it's been looking a little bit better.
Hey, y'all make sure y'all follow Peyton on Instagram, man, because he's about to start putting his plays out there. He hit like 7 times this weekend.
I really should, man.
He hit like 7. He hit like 7 times this weekend.
And I'm not one to toot my own horn, but I had to back myself up after that embarrassment of Alabama, Tennessee, man.
I mean,
yeah,
it looked like you were revenge betting a little bit there.
Yeah,
you got some of me in your system. Yeah. All right, man. So let's go ahead and let's wrap this thing up, man. We got some Monday Night Football to catch. So before we get up out of here, man, let's go ahead and do our cheers and our jeers. Yeah. And I'll start off, man. Cheers goes out to the team that I was high on last week, the Detroit Lions, and they had a heck of a game, man. So cheers to those guys. They put in the work, and I think that they're one of the top 3 teams in the NFL right now. So I'll give that to them. It's looking like a one-sided race in the NFC, if you ask me.
Okay, I'll double down on that because my cheers also goes to that team.
Okay.
They were down 10-0, and that can be a pretty raucous environment in Minnesota. A lot of people call it a top 5 NFL crowd in the league.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so down 10-0. The way Jared Goff played, and really that offense as a whole, and they're a bit of a throwback because there's not much play extension. It's more so we're going to get this done on script.
Yeah.
And Goff drops back, steps up in the pocket, and gets it done.
Yeah.
And those receivers trust him to give them the ball. They came up clutch in the end. I'm with you there. Cheers to the Lions.
All right, I got one more cheers for you. Yeah. Cheers to the Jacksonville Jaguars. They didn't let us down.
You know what? No, we're just going along. It's okay. We're good right now.
Hey, man, I'm not gonna lie. It looked a little ugly early in that game. I was like, ain't no way that the Jags are about to lose to the Patriots.
But a rookie quarterback again.
Woo-wee. But they found a way to pull it out. Not only did they pull it out, it was very convincing.
It was.
It was very convincing.
They played the Packers this week, and all I know is we'll just see what happens. That's it.
I'm under Peyton.
You know the total for that? I'm not doing totals again. I can't do totals anymore.
All right, man. That's all I got. No jeers for me, man. No jeers for me this weekend.
Yeah.
Actually, I got one jeer.
All right, I'll match you there.
It doesn't go to a team. Okay. I already said it earlier in the show, man. Jeers to the AP Top 25. They find a way to disrespect my beloved Miami Hurricanes. I can't really say beloved because this is our first outstanding season in a very long time. But
20+ years.
No, that's not true. That's not true.
Okay, they did have the 2017 where they won 10 games.
But also, I can't remember what season it was, but we went up as far as number 2 in the AP poll, and then we lost the next week.
I think that was 2017.
Yeah, bro. So it's been tough out here to be a Hurricanes fan.
But hey, live in the present.
Hey, put some respect on our name, man. Go ahead.
My jeer goes to the Carolina Panthers. And the thing is, like, there are some bad teams in the NFL right now. Like, like the Giants, but at least they had a quarterback change this week, so they kind of got to look at Drew Lock.
They had a quarterback change?
Yeah.
I'm saying
near the end of the game.
The Panthers had a quarterback change?
I know, but at least that happened this week. Like, the Panthers already spent that quarterback change a few weeks back, and now they're just looking at mediocrity at best. I'm just saying, what's their direction? Because they're 1-6, and I don't think tanking happens in the NFL. And
down.
Oh, really?
The direction that they're going in is down.
Well, I was gonna say, tanking doesn't really happen in the league, right? I mean, in one season, the COVID season, what was the Jets' record? Like 1-12 or 1-13. They went out there and beat the Rams, who were a contending team.
Yeah.
My point is that, you can't ask like grown men that play a physical sport like that to actively tank. I'm worried that the Panthers are already tanked.
Bro.
That's what I'll say. Would you agree with that?
I would agree, but I don't think it's on purpose. Yes. That team. I don't know how you can be that bad. You know,
Jaden didn't even finish the first quarter, and they got blown up by 30 plus.
all right, okay, let me ask you a question. Who's worse? I don't even know if these two teams play, but I would love to see these two teams play. I would love to see the Patriots versus the Panthers. I want to see what that game would look like. I don't know if they play, but if they do, that would be entertainment for TV.
Hey, I know I said I'm done with over unders, but I'm taking the
Listen, that's the thing. But if you watch those two teams play, just because they're professional football teams, it might look like they're very good against each other. Like it might look like a hell of a game.
That's fair. I like that.
That's crazy.
Hey, knowing us, we'd probably watch it.
I would.
Yeah.
I watched Patriots versus the Jags. Sorry, I mean,
Yeah.
and it was good to see the Jags pull it out the way they did. But man, no offense. I'm not trying to kick the Jaguars down. Like I'm just using them
Hey,
as an
just like I
example.
said,
I mean, look,
there's nothing to be said either way. So
my team isn't having a great year,
yeah.
and I know that. How about those Steelers, man?
Uh-oh.
How about those Steelers, man?
I'm glad you brought up that team, not the team they played against. We could go jeers again on that one.
I forgot to mention the New York Jets.
Yeah.
Hey, the New York Jets are terrible. They're terrible.
Yeah, that division. I mean, the Bills, my Super Bowl pick, they're just running away with it. They're just like, whoop,
Man,
this is easy.
oh man, hold on. Let me look up the New York Jets, man. Who do they play next? I don't know.
I think they play the Patriots.
Oh, dang.
So if they lose that one, you can just bury me alive.
So I get my wish though. I get my wish of seeing the Patriots play a team the caliber of the Carolina Panthers.
And yeah, there's no denying that. What if it was 4 in a row? Nothing I could.
I wanted to see what Devontae Adams' stats were, because I know he played.
He had at least 3 catches. They missed on their first opportunity. Literally, the first play of the game, Aaron was looking for him.
Of course.
And
I know everybody probably mad as hell in that locker room when Devontae Adams got there. Like, bro, what are you doing? You gonna start throwing him the ball now more than you throwing me the ball? You barely could deliver it to me. I know Alan Lazard is probably the worst.
Yeah, he's not getting much playing time anymore.
And man,
Yeah.
All right, hold on, give me 1 second here. All right, so
yeah, I'm gonna go 3 catches. That would be my guess.
yeah.
What do you got?
Schedule. Pittsburgh.
Yep.
Let's go box score. Where's the box
They
score?
just handled them in the second half, bro. I didn't even have to finish watching the game.
Yeah.
Like,
Got ugly really fast.
Really fast.
Yeah. I'm sorry, guys.
Box score?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Devontae Adams in his first game as a Jet had 30 yards. I mean, it's not a bad average. Not a bad average.
I guarantee you that was under his prop time.
Oh, for sure. For sure. And people probably bet over. Brees Hall went off. I saw.
Maybe they should give him the Derrick Henry. Just throw him the ball.
Nah, he's fragile.
Derrick,
Yeah. But I like Brees Hall. I think if he's smart, he finds a way to get out of there.
This is my last note before we close out the show, Russ.
Yeah.
Okay, the Jets and the Steelers played. If you know anything about NFL history, and you just had to predict, by the way, the Jets were favored according to odds makers. If you knew anything about NFL history, who's going to win that game? Jets at the Steelers.
You think about the Steelers?
Yep.
What?
And they won by 22.
Yeah.
Isn't it kind of funny how that works out? Like, the better franchise, the more well-run organization gets the win.
Yeah,
that's kind of how it is.
I don't know how the Jets were favored. There's probably some favoritism for Aaron Rodgers there, but the Steelers are coached by a guy who has been in this league for over about 18 years, something like that.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, like he's been there for a while.
Yeah.
So who wouldn't go with that? I don't care how many uh 10-win seasons, 9-win seasons, 8-win seasons he's had. He's a winning coach.
That's free money, folks.
Bro, like, what are you talking about? The Jets, they don't even have a head coach. How do you expect them to win a game?
What is their interim head coach?
Who cares? He's not gonna be the head coach. It don't matter.
Jeff Ulbrich, I think.
Listen,
But only I would know that. No, but real quick, the Steelers' schedule, because they're 5-2. I know the Chiefs are undefeated.
you're right, Jeff
Ulbrich.
Ulbrich.
Yeah.
Who's that?
Who cares?
Nobody knows.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Man. All right, Peyton. Let's go watch some football, man.
Yeah,
Let's decompress.
Yeah.
All right. But that was a good show.
It was fun.
Thank you guys for tuning in on this lovely Monday evening. By all means, we back at it tomorrow.
Yep.
Peyton, you're gonna have to work with me tomorrow because I'll be getting my hair done. I gotta get my hair done, man.
During the show?
Yeah.
Interesting. And you know we got NBA tip off at 7:30.
Yes. I don't know what I'm gonna be watching.
Yeah.
I don't know
We're
which
gonna
game.
figure it out. It's
Which
flowing.
game I'm gonna be watching.
Well, they're all solo. It's just 2 games and they're one after each other.
Got you.
So yeah, I know what you'll be watching.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll see you tomorrow, man.
Yeah.
Guys, stick around for tomorrow's episode.
Last call.
The last call. We will, break down our last bit of information for the weekend.
And get ready for the NBA season.
Yeah.
We'll have some gems.
Yeah. The NBA season is here.
Yeah.
It is here.
Literally.
Oh my God. Yeah. It feels like it's been so long, but not really because we got Olympic basketball this off season, so we had the opportunity to watch some of the greats play the game, win a gold medal. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man. But until next time, man. For my guy Peyton, my name is Russ. Y'all be sure to follow the Sportaholics on Instagram. Subscribe to the channel on YouTube. Show us some love in the comment section. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff, man. But until then, we out.
Yeah. Thank you guys.
Yes, sir.
Peace, man.